In this video, we're going to go over the history of Nantucket and how it came to be one of the most popular vacation destinations in America. 30 miles off the coast of Massachusetts lies a small island that would become one of the wealthiest and most influential whaling ports in the world. In 1659, a group of English settlers led by Tristram Coffin purchased Nantucket for just 30 pounds and 2 beaver hats from Thomas Mayhew. The island, whose name comes from the Wampanoag, meaning faraway land, started as a quiet farming community of just 15 to 25 settlers, but would transform into a global maritime powerhouse that shaped America's early economy. The island's early years were marked by unique cooperation between the settlers and the Wampanoag people, who numbered around 2,400 in 1675. The native inhabitants proved crucial to the island's future success in whaling, with their knowledge of the sea and hunting techniques forming the backbone of early whaling crews. A system of debt servitude was established, providing English settlers with steady access to Wampanoag labor. A typical whaleboat's crew had 5 Wampanoag oarsmen and a single white Nantucketer at the steering oar. In 1712, the dawn of Nantucket's whaling era began dramatically when Captain Christopher Hussey, blown out to sea, encountered a pod of sperm whales. The oil from these massive creatures proved far superior to that of the right whales they had been hunting closer to shore. Spermaceti, the waxy substance found in the whale's head, produced candles that burned brighter and cleaner than anything else available at the time. This discovery would transform Nantucket from a small fishing and farming community into a global whaling power. Life aboard a Nantucket whaling ship was brutal and dangerous. The typical whale ship had a crew of 21 men, divided into 3 whaleboat crews of 6 men each. These 25-foot whaleboats would pursue massive sperm whales, weighing up to 60 tons. The chase would begin with the harpooner's cry of, "There she blows," followed by what became known as Nantucket sleigh rides, when harpooned whales would drag the small boats at speeds approaching 20 miles per hour, the bow slapping against waves with such force that nails would sometimes start falling from the planks. One of the most famous whaling disasters involved the Nantucket whale ship Essex. In 1820, an enraged sperm whale attacked and sank the vessel, inspiring Herman Melville's Moby-Dick. The crew of 20 men was forced into 3 small whaleboats in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Only 8 survived the 95-day ordeal, resorting to cannibalism to stay alive. The Essex's captain, George Pollard Jr., would later lose another ship, the Two Brothers, on a reef near Hawaii. He ended his days as Nantucket's night watchman, a position he held until his death in 1870. The impact on Nantucket families was profound and reshaped the island's social structure. By 1810, the island had 472 fatherless children, and nearly a quarter of women over 23 had lost their husbands to the sea. Voyages lasting 3 to 5 years meant men might spend only a few months at home between multi-year absences. This created what historians call the Nantucket Paradox, a community whose men spent most of their lives at sea while their wives effectively ran the island. They became successful business owners, operating shops along Petticoat Row, now Center Street. These captains' wives managed households, raised children, and made crucial financial decisions. Many even became skilled investors, managing their husbands' shares in whaling ventures. Between 1818 and 1849, Nantucket had become extraordinarily wealthy. The island boasted 88 whaling ships, and in 1842, the value of produced oil and spermaceti candles reached $2 million, equivalent to over $70 million today. This wealth created the architectural legacy still visible today. The grand mansions along Main Street, with their distinctive widow's walks, allowing families to scan the horizon for returning ships. The prosperity brought distinct cultural characteristics. The island's dominant Quaker population created what Herman Melville called Quakers with a vengeance, pacifist killers, and plain-dressed millionaires who saw no contradiction between their religious beliefs and their bloody trade. The industry's decline came swiftly from multiple directions. The Great Fire of 1846 devastated 36 acres of the town's business district, destroying over 300 buildings. The discovery of petroleum in Pennsylvania in 1859 provided a cheaper alternative to whale oil. The Civil War delivered the final blow, with Confederate raiders destroying much of what remained of Nantucket's whaling fleet. By 1870, the population had plummeted from nearly 10,000 to just over 4,000. Yet Nantucket would reinvent itself. By the 1870s, mainland newspapers began advertising the island's therapeutic sea bathing. The very isolation that had contributed to the island's economic decline had preserved its historic architecture and charm. Hotels began appearing, and wealthy mainlanders started buying and restoring the old whaling captains' homes. The transformation to a tourist destination has been remarkable. The year-round population of 14,255 as of 2020 swells to over 50,000 during summer months. The median home value reached an astounding $1,370,522. By late 2021, the highest in the United States. The island's preservation efforts have been extraordinary. Over 800 pre-Civil War buildings still stand. The entire island is designated as a National Historic District, recognized by the National Park Service as the finest surviving architectural and environmental example of a late 18th and early 19th century New England seaport town. Over 50% of the island remains protected from development, with 82 miles of pristine beaches open to the public. Modern Nantucket faces unique challenges. Climate change and coastal erosion threaten the very shoreline that defines the island. In 2007, the historic Sankaty Headlight had to be moved 400 feet back from an eroding bluff. Rising sea levels pose an existential threat to many historic properties, while the pressure of tourism strains the island's infrastructure. The island continues to evolve while preserving its heritage. The cobblestone streets that once supported heavy carts of whale oil now guide visitors through carefully preserved historic districts. The Nantucket Whaling Museum, housed in a former spermaceti candle factory, tells the story of the island's remarkable past, while events like the annual Daffodil Festival and Cranberry Harvest Weekend celebrate its present. From whaling port to premier vacation destination, Nantucket stands as a testament to American resilience and reinvention. Its gray shingled buildings, weathered by Atlantic winds, and its ocean-swept beaches continue to draw visitors from around the world. The island's ability to maintain its historic character while adapting to modern challenges ensures that the Little Gray Lady of the Sea will continue to captivate visitors for generations to come. That's it for this week's Leisure Lore. And please do us a favor and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it. It means the world to us.